Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie. Today is the September series, day 21, I believe, of me uploading a video every single day in September. Today's video is half of a spooky October TBR and half a reading vlog. I'm going to be reading Ruth Ware's The It Girl today, so stay tuned for that. But first, let's get into the spooky October TBR. I could have put this in its own separate video, but I just wanted to do something casual, probably be pretty brief with this so the video is not too long. I know I will definitely be reading these two Grady Hendrix books, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires and My Best Friend's Exorcism. I am so excited to read these. I feel like I'm pretty hyped though. I need to set my expectations low just so I can be going in with a straight head. This one is, I'm sure, just like the title. I think it's about a teenage girl whose friends give her an exorcism. I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to read the back. I just want to go in with it. And then this is, of course, about a group of women in a southern town in a book club, and a vampire who is like a menace and he's crusty comes to town, and I think they have to end him. I think I'm going to read this first just because I feel like I'm gonna like this more. So I feel like this will give me a taste of Hendrix's writing. I'll be able to enjoy it. And then, this I'll be really wowed with and it won't ruin this. Does that make sense? I also have a couple new releases that I've already talked about that I will definitely be reading this month. We have Daphne by Josh Malerman. It actually comes out the day I'm filming this, but I don't have my hands on it. This is more of a straight up slasher, and I don't think I like those kind of books because I don't like those kind of movies. I think this is there's a town myth about a woman who was killed, and now if you speak her name, she comes and she kills you all off one by one. But knowing that Josh Malerman wrote A House at the Bottom of a Lake, which I gave 5 stars, I feel like there's gonna be some sort of twist, some sort of ambiguity that's gonna be a little different than just your average slasher. That's my assumption. So, hopefully I end up loving Daphne. But I know I'll be scared because it sounds terrifying, but will it be rewarding? We'll see. I'll also definitely be reading Jackal, which I just talked about in 2 videos ago for my October releases. This is about a woman who goes back to her hometown and someone is preying on young Black women. And so she's gonna uncover it, or maybe she's next. It sounds terrifying, and the cover is beautiful. Also in that video, I talked about House of Hunger. This involves vampires. I don't know how spooky it is, but just the fact that there's a vampire in it, I've got to read it. And then a September release that's coming out is Mother Thing. This one looks kind of campy, so I think the mother is trying to poison her, if I remember that correctly. I also want to try a couple Halloween classics, not Halloween, but sort of gothic, creepy classics. We have Frankenstein, which I've been trying to get myself to read for months. And I don't know why I'm putting it off because I feel like I will love this. And then also Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This is the OG Gothic story. I think it's about a woman who gets married to this man whose ex-wife might be a ghost haunting her. Okay, and then I have 5 here that I'm going to try to prioritize. We have Slewfoot by Brom, which I think I actually put in a TBR at once. Either way, I want to get to it this month. All I know is this looks foreboding and witchy. And also there's well, first of all, look at that. There are illustrations in here in the middle. They just look so creepy. So I'm excited for that. We have The Last House on Needless Street. I actually don't know if this is scary. I don't know much about this book except that there's a wild twist at the end. But just this cover is giving me creepy little feelings in my body. I will not be reading the synopsis just because I want to go in completely knowing nothing. This is going to be fun. I also want to keep it a little light. I can't just have a heavy month of reading, but I do want to get to Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match. This is all about Frankenstein's sister. Victor Frankenstein's sister. And she makes her own dream man out of dead body parts. I read the first chapter a couple of videos ago and I had fun. And this is also the author of The Hating Game. So I think I'm going to have fun. Whether I end up really enjoying it or not is to be seen, but it'll give me those Halloween vibes, I think. I also love anthologies and short stories, so I'll definitely be reading this one this month, or next month. The Gathering Dark. I hauled this just a couple videos ago, but they're all folk horror. But yeah, the vibes are there. And then if all goes well, even though this is a lot of pages, I think I might want to read Gideon the Ninth. Also don't know if this is scary, but they're necromancers. These are lesbian necromancers explore a haunted Gothic palace in space. We see Gothic, haunted, necromancers. Lesbians aren't scary, they're beautiful, but this might be the month that I finally read this book. And then we have a couple books that I don't know if I'm going to get to, but I'm going to keep it in this just in case, I flip and flop as I do. We have A Dreadful Splendor, a novel by B.R. Myers. This might just be a fun Halloween book, but I'm not sure. This is about a woman who she sets up seances, I think, and she's a fake. Then a stranger arrives to make her a peculiar offer. Some dude's fiance died, and so they want Genevieve to perform a seance to bring that dude peace. And then she can get out of jail. I don't know what's going on, but I think actual spooky shit starts happening. And I think the woman was killed, so there's that murder mystery. And honestly, I feel like thrillers are sometimes scarier than horror for me because I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in demons. I unfortunately don't believe in vampires, but I believe in cold-blooded murderers. So yeah. Speaking of which, we have That Last Housewife, a novel by Ashley Winstead. This is a maybe because I hear there's some really violent things in here, some possibly upsetting, lots of trigger warnings and content warnings. So depending on whether I vibe with this or not, and if I can stomach it, then I think I will read this. I think this is about a woman who is shepherded into a cult while she's in college, and now she's older. Something else happens. Again, I haven't read the full description because I don't want to ruin anything. But I think there's a podcast element to this, which I don't love. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad is what I'm saying. So we will see. If you've read this, let me know what you think. So yeah, I'm gonna have fun next month. But today, I won't be reading any of those. I will be reading Ruth Ware's The It Girl, which again, there is murder in it. So it kind of gets me in a spooky vibe because murder is scary, people. I don't know if you knew that. This is a story about a woman named Hannah, and there's two timelines going on. First, when she was at Oxford University, she had a roommate and friend named April who is the It Girl, and she ended up dying. It's not a spoiler, it's a part of the it's known. The other timeline, I don't know how many years have gone by, a decade, so 10 years if you didn't know what a decade was. In the present timeline, Hannah finds out that the person who was convicted of murdering the It Girl, April, has died in prison, and at this point in the book, I'm only on page 50, she's very upset about it. And I don't know if it's just because it is bringing back all these memories or because there was something, not totally kosher about convicting this man. I'm gonna assume it's the latter. This is the same author as The Turn of the Key, which I had so much fun with. I listened to the audiobook of it mostly. And right now during work, I got the library version of this audiobook, and it's the same narrator, so that's a lot of fun. Also, the audiobook, whenever someone's on the phone or some newscaster is talking out of a TV, it does that cool tinny thing. So I think the audiobook is going to be really, really good. So far, it just feels very normal. It's kind of slow paced, but I like that. I feel like the same thing happened in Ruth Ware's The Turn of the Key, where it was just this kind of impending, growing sense of dread and suspense, rather than the actual things that were happening. Who am I kidding? This is actually kind of scary. I'm on my lunch break, so I'm gonna go grab some food, get back to work, and listen to more of The It Girl. Guys, I'm only a quarter of the way through, but I did have something that was kind of funny. So in the present day, obviously April, the It Girl, is dead, but our main character Hannah keeps thinking that she sees her going around a corner, or she thinks she hears her laughing. And in that way, it's reminding me of Alison De Laurentiis from Pretty Little Liars, because she also was an It Girl. Other than that, there are a few obvious suspicions and a couple theories I have. Everyone seems like they're not all telling the truth, but I'm hoping that there's a really big twist to this. In The Turn of the Key, there were several twists, and I feel like most of them didn't even have anything to do with the main whodunit sort of plot, because it wasn't really a whodunit book, it was just a very creepy book. But in this one, it's very much a whodunit book. So I'm hoping that the whodunit is satisfying, but that there are a couple other twists and turns. If April's alive this whole time, or she has a twin, like in Pretty Little Liars, I'm sorry, that would be amazing.
I know you want to kiss me.
All right, guys, I am halfway through. I'm on page 209. And I say it like that just because not much has been revealed in these 209 pages. I feel like this is very slow, but it's still very good. And I know certain people don't get on with that. Certain people do. For me, it depends on the writing, and this writing's really good. We're getting more involved with the characters. We're getting, therefore, more suspicious of everyone. Although I think I've stricken a few people off of my list. That being said though, I think it could be a little quicker. Like I said, we have the two timelines, the past and the present. And right now, the past is where it's at. That's where all the intrigue is, because that's where we're getting the real live, well, it's in the past, but it's like written as if it's live. In the Turn of the Key, that was really slow too, and we were really getting involved in our main character's present life and every single thing she's doing every day as a nanny. But the thing with that was that it was very creepy the entire time. The house was creepy, the history of the other nannies was creepy, the children were creepy, everything was creepy. This is very normal. Besides the fact that someone was murdered, everything seems pretty not creepy. So yeah, I'm not loving it, not hating it, it's fine. That's my update. I think unless I have a riveting, I don't know, urge to talk to you, I'm just gonna try to finish this tonight. But that's over 200 pages, so can I finish this tonight? I don't know. I'll see you in the next clip. Y'all, I've made dinner. I've read 90, 100 pages more, and nothing's happened. But one of my theories is just running wild in my head. Again, it's not bad. It's like well written. It's sort of intriguing just as a woman thinking about her life. But I'm really expecting something crazy now. And it's gotten to the point now that if it's anything that I can guess, I might be a little disappointed. But also, I'll still be satisfied because, you know, I'm a genius. All right, guys, I'll see you when I finish this chunk. This better be good. Y'all, it's only like 10 pages later, but I've been brewing in my theory, and I want to tell you what it is in case it's right. But I hate giving spoilers in a video, so no, I'm not gonna do it. But it's making so much sense. Well, sort of. There's a piece missing, but I think I might tell you just at the end if I was right or wrong. Like the big chunk I'm thinking. Just a tiny little update to say that I'm now on page 330 and nothing has been revealed. Guys, I finished the fucking book. I finished this whole book. I'm about to crack right now. I'm being so dramatic, but no, I was not right about my guess, my theory. However, I wish I was, because this was not satisfying to me at all. My literally initial instinct is just to give this 2 stars, but that's just me being butthurt that I spent so much time on this today and now I'm up late. Haven't even, It also has to do with my expectation versus reality. This was quite a reality check. The good things about this book, it was written well. I really like how I don't even know what I'm saying. I like how fully Ruth Ware describes our characters. In the last book I read of hers and in this book, their day-to-day life. Like, you really understand what they're doing in their world, how they fit in their world. And in this one, it was a really good, cool story about like a group of friends in college. Sorry, I keep wanting to sneeze. So maybe I would have enjoyed this more if this was marketed as more of a dark academia, but even then I don't think it would have fit, because then you have the present timeline. I don't know. But yeah, I like the way she writes, and when I was working, I was listening to the audiobook, and the audiobook was really good. It might just be a good audiobook to listen to while you're doing other stuff, or, you know, what I'm saying is just don't stay up late. Don't commit too much time to this. Now I'm being a hater, because some of you probably loved it. Actually, I think a few of you rated this 5 stars. I saw it in Goodreads. But for me, I was expecting crazy stuff to happen, mostly because it happened in this book. So it's not really fair that I'm being such a Debbie Downer. But even you have to admit, I don't even know who I'm talking to at this point, that this is too long. There's too much in here. This is all you need to read, the last 50 pages. Oh my God. And at the end, like the last, I don't know, 150, 200 pages, it was like we were totally led into a very clear direction, even if it was a red herring. and all of a sudden the character would be like, oh wait, do you think this is why? It's like, no fucking duh. And then she would explain it, even though we just experienced it. We were living it with her, and I don't know. Yeah, I didn't vibe with this book. I'm really butthurt now just because I'm tired, so I don't want to rate it just yet. But I'm sitting on like a 2.5 right now. I do have to acknowledge that it's written well, but I did guess the ending, and that was the thing, like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up before I'm more rude than I should be, because I actually didn't not like this book. I want to know what you think, because you're probably better at speaking than I am, so let me know down below what you thought of this book. I'm definitely gonna go tomorrow and watch people's videos on this, just because I'm so curious. I've seen a lot of 5-star reviews of this, and I'm just, it does not compute. Part of me was thinking earlier, like, well, maybe if I had not read it in one sitting, might it have been better? I really don't think so, because it was very, very, very slow. So if I had stopped, I don't think I would have had the same momentum, because while you're reading this chunker, you have this kind of building anticipation of something that's gonna happen. And something does happen. I obviously don't think it was satisfying, but I do appreciate how Ruth Ware built anticipation. I think it built a little too much, but anyway. Today I read 420 pages of this book. I read 420 pages. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. In total for the September series, I read 5,174 pages, and I finished 16 books now. So Ruth Ware did give me that. One more book on my kill list. I'm mostly being dramatic, folks. If you like this, I still don't see it. Let me know why. Okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. I guess if I have one more thing to say about this is that I think you should read this instead.